Hey guys, it's Carolyn Collar and welcome back to Gluten-Free Happy Tummy. We're back in my kitchen, my very, very tiny Manhattan kitchen, and today I wanted to share another recipe with you. So today we are going to be dealing with these little guys, otherwise known as the Brussels sprout. And I'm going to be sharing with you a recipe that I like to call Bejeweled Brussels. And it's called that because I'm going to be using a lot of jewel-toned goodies to dress up the humble Brussels sprouts. Now, Brussels sprouts really get kind of a bad rap. I mean, everybody, they think of Brussels sprouts and they're like, ew, Brussels sprouts, like, gross. But that's because I think people just haven't had them cooked in a good way. Most people just have them boiled with, you know, butter and salt and cooked the life out of them. Well, we're going to change that. Today we are going to pan sear these, which just does not sound sexy. And then we're going to dress it up with some roasted beets, some roasted grapes. I know, roasted grapes. Yeah, it's going to be good. Some pistachios, and then we're going to put it with a champagne vinaigrette dressing over some spinach, and it's going to be divine. So, the first thing that you need to do when working with Brussels sprouts is you're going to want to wash them really well. And when you're washing them under cold water, you want to remove all of the outer leaves just because they can be kind of banged up, and you want to just get to the inside and reveal our beautiful little Brussels sprout. So then what you're going to do is you're going to cut off the little stem and discard it. And then you just want to cut them in half. We've got our Brussels sprouts. I've got probably about 2 cups here of Brussels sprouts. And then I've got 1 beet that I've sliced into about 1/4 of an inch rounds. I have preheated my oven to 400 degrees, and in Manhattan, you may or may not know this, but most women store their sweaters in their ovens. So, because nobody cooks in Manhattan, but I do, and I keep my sweaters in the closet, but I actually use my oven. So I've got it preheated to 400 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my beets on my a cookie sheet that I have lined with tin foil just so that cleanup is easier, and I've sprayed it with olive oil. And so I'm going to put them in a single layer, and I'm not going to add salt or pepper yet, because if I add the salt now, it's going to release all the moisture in the beets, and it's going to actually cause them to steam in the oven instead of get all nice and caramelized and beautifully roasted. So I'm going to hold off on doing that. And then I'm also going to add my grapes, and I'm just going to spritz them with just a touch more olive oil. Just to get them nice and golden. Then I'm going to pop them in the oven for I think about 25 minutes, and we'll flip them halfway through and check on them. I'm going to get my skillet going, and I'm using the biggest skillet I have. And I've got about 2 teaspoons of olive oil down here in the pan. And so what we're aiming to do here is we're going to put every Brussels sprout with the cut side down on the actual pan, because we want to create a really beautiful golden crust. And it's really going to transform the flavor into a ho-hum vegetable, into a wow, let's have Brussels sprouts again kind of a dish. So, alright, my pan is getting hot here, and I'm going to put it over medium-high heat. So, now I'm just going to carefully layer these in a single layer. And I'll get those cooking. And they're so good for you too. They are actually in the cabbage family, as I'm sure you can guess. What I always say is that you can never have too much green in your diet. So now this recipe, this Bejeweled Brussels sprout salad, is it goes with a lot of diets. It's both gluten-free, it's vegan, it's specific carb diet friendly, and There are a lot of ingredients in here you'll notice that are not body ecology diet friendly, like the beets, the pistachios, and the champagne vinegar. But my dear friends, do not fret. There are several substitutions that you can make to make this body ecology diet friendly. All right, so time to flip our Brussels sprouts. So one of the ways that I came up with this recipe was I was trying to think about a pretty dish. I know that sounds so silly, but you know, like I said, I believe that you eat with your eyes first. And so I wanted to make a dish that would be really visually appealing. I wanted something that would really, you know, bring people in and make people curious. Like, wow, those look really good. And so I thought, what colors would go well with green? That's how this dish was born. All right, time to make the dressing. 3 tablespoons of our champagne vinegar, or if you're going body ecology diet style, of lemon juice, about 2 tablespoons of oil, some salt and pepper, and then 2 drops, or 3, of alcohol-free pure liquid stevia. Because of my ulcerative colitis, I cannot have sugar, and so stevia is a great sugar-free and calorie-free alternative to sugar. It's actually an herb, and so you're getting the sweetness of sugar, but you're not getting the harmful effects of sugar on your body. So, time to check our Brussels sprouts. They are done. I'm going to give them a quick salt and pepper here and a nice stir in the pan. And now it's time to flip our beets. I'm going to do that and be right back with you. Alright, so I've just taken my beets and my grapes out of the oven, and I've got to tell you, these look absolutely amazing. These grapes, they've swelled up as the sugar just is caramelizing on the inside, and let's see if I can show you this. They become like smushy and just so caramelized on the bottom where it was in contact with the pan, and the entire rest of the grape is all gorgeously inflated, and these are hot, so be careful, but they seriously taste like candy. It's the most deep, intense grape flavor I've ever experienced. My mouth is just watering. It's exploding with flavor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slice them into like thick matchsticks, because I want to give some different textures and different shapes to the salad. We've got the round Brussels sprouts, and we've got the round grapes. So I thought it would be, you know, a nice change of pace to have some like sticks like this of beets. It's gonna be a knockout salad, let me tell you. All right, time to assemble the salad. I've got my bed of baby spinach, and I'm gonna put some of these beautiful caramelized Brussels sprouts. Oh my gosh, these look amazing. All right, looks good. Next, some of these beautifully roasted grapes. Oh my goodness, these are gonna steal the show. I can just tell that right now. And then some of these wonderful beet matchsticks here. And you know, just you can plate it as artistically as you want. It's your salad. Go to town. And then some of these nice and salty and crunchy pistachios. All right. Spoon some of this on here. Oh yeah. So there you have it, folks. This beautiful salad. I would be proud to serve this at a dinner party or at an Oscars watching party, perhaps. Okay, I have waited long enough to get into this salad. It is calling my name. And I'm gonna try and get the perfect bite here with a grape pistachio, a beet, and a Brussels sprout. Here we go. Mmm. This is so good. You bite into that roasted grape and it just explodes in your mouth with this intensely sweet, just grapey flavor that is just amazing, with the salty pistachio and the gorgeously pan-seared Brussels sprout, and then you've got that earthy sweetness from the beet. I mean, this is one of the best salads I've had in my entire life, and that's quite a statement, but it's very true. And the champagne vinaigrette, it coats everything in this luxurious sauce that just, it complements it so well because it's also made from grapes. You know, champagne grapes? Yeah, and it goes so fabulously with these roasted grapes. I mean, I love this so much, I might just roast up a bunch of grapes and just have them lying around the house just to snack on. I mean, they are that good. They are like candy, I'm telling you. You gotta try this. I'm Carolyn Collar, and I just want to thank you for joining me in the kitchen today to make my Bejeweled Brussels sprout salad. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my lunch. Have a great day.